Let me just rest a little today. I'll start tomorrow for sure.
There lived a young man named Tunde Adigun. Tunde was 28, tall, bright-eyed, and full of dreams. But like many dreams, his lived mostly in his head. Every week, he told himself, "I'll start tomorrow." And every week, tomorrow came and went. Tunde had graduated from the university 2 years earlier with a degree in agricultural science. His dream was simple but ambitious: to build a small organic farm that could feed his community and one day grow into a big agribusiness. He even had a notebook filled with ideas: crop rotation plans, fertilizer formulas, business names, even logos. But his biggest challenge wasn't lack of ideas. It was procrastination. Each time he woke up early to start his project, he'd say, "Let me rest small. I'll start after breakfast." Then after breakfast, he'd say, "Let me check WhatsApp first." Before he knew it, the day was gone. Weeks turned into months, and the pages of his notebook gathered dust. One evening, his mother, Mama Adigun, called him while pounding yam in the kitchen. "Tunde," she said, sweat on her brow but love in her tone.
Tunde, this your farming dream. When will it start?
Soon, Mama. I'm still planning.
My son, planning is good, but even a bird doesn't fly by planning to flap its wings. It must flap them.
Mama, I know. I'm just waiting for the right time.
Her words sank deep, but still he hesitated. Few days later, Tunde's old classmate Zainab posted on social media, "First harvest from my mini vegetable farm. Hard work pays. Lettuce, muscles." Tunde stared at the post for a long time. Zainab had been an average student, not top of the class like him. Yet here she was, already harvesting produce. That night, something stirred in his heart. He couldn't sleep. He got up, picked his dusty notebook, and whispered, "Enough is enough. Tomorrow I start." The next morning, Tunde woke up before sunrise. He put on his old boots, grabbed a hoe, and went to a small piece of land behind his mother's house. At first, the ground was hard and dry. Sweat poured down his face as he tried to dig. His hands ached, his back screamed, but he kept going. By midday, he had only managed to clear a small corner of the plot. He sat down, exhausted. "Is this how farmers do every day?" he muttered. That evening, he wanted to give up, but then he remembered Zainab's smiling post and his mother's words. He decided to try again the next day. And he did. Days turned into weeks. Sometimes rain would fall heavily, washing away the seeds he had planted. Other times, he'd oversleep, missing the best time to water his crops. There were days when neighbors laughed and said, "Tunde, the graduate farmer, you want to waste your degree on vegetables?" But Tunde smiled and kept going. He learned to wake up earlier, to plan better, to track his progress in his notebook. He began reading about irrigation methods, watching tutorials on his small phone even when the network was poor. Still, some mornings, the old voice of procrastination whispered, "You've done enough, rest today." But now, Tunde had a new voice inside him that replied, "If I rest too long, my dream will sleep forever." One afternoon, while walking on his farm, an old man named Baba Sule stopped by. He was a retired teacher who lived nearby.
I see you are now serious. Yes, sir. I'm trying my best. You know, when I planted my first mango tree, I watered it every morning. Really? For months, nothing happened. My neighbors mocked me. Then one day, a small green shoot came up. Now that tree feeds half the children in this neighborhood. Consistency, my boy, is like water to a seed. Without it, even the best seed dies. Thank you, sir. I won't stop watering.
3 months later, small leaves began to sprout across his plot. Tunde could hardly believe it. He bent down and touched the green leaves, smiling like a child seeing his first toy. He took pictures, shared them online, and wrote, "First sprouts from my little farm. Thank you, Mama, for believing in me." The post went viral in his community. People started asking him questions, buying small bundles of his vegetables. Still, he didn't let success make him lazy again. Every morning, he repeated his new motto: consistency over comfort. But success comes with new challenges. Soon, demand grew faster than his supply. Customers wanted more than he could produce. Tunde considered hiring help, but he didn't have enough money. He felt overwhelmed again. Maybe I should pause for a while, he thought. That night, he sat alone under the moonlight, staring at his small plot. Then he remembered Baba Sule's words: "Without water, even the best seed dies." So he decided to keep pushing. Just one more day, one more step at a time. He began saving little profits, reinvesting them into tools and seeds, instead of spending on clothes or outings. A year later, Tunde's small backyard farm had grown into a thriving enterprise. He now rented 2 extra plots, employed 2 helpers, and supplied fresh vegetables to local restaurants. Zainab, his old classmate, even called him one day. "Tunde, you've become famous, oh. I saw your farm on the local news." Tunde laughed. "Zainab, it's all consistency. Remember when you posted your harvest? That inspired me to start." She smiled. "And now you are inspiring others."
You become famous, so
Zayama, the consistency. Remember when you posted your harvest? That inspired me to start.
One weekend, a group of students visited Tunde's farm for a field trip. Among them was a shy boy who reminded Tunde of his younger self. After the tour, the boy asked,
Sir, how did you become so successful?
I'm not sure about success yet, but I can tell you one thing. I learned to stop waiting for motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Consistency stays.
So, even when you don't feel like it, you still work?
Exactly. The day you feel lazy is the day you must work the hardest.
One evening, as the sun set behind the mango trees, Mama Adigun came to see her son's expanded farm. Her eyes glistened as she looked around at the rows of green vegetables, the workers watering plants, and the small wooden sign that read Adigun Farms, from one step a day. She placed her hand on Tunde's shoulder.
My son, do you see now? Even the biggest tree starts as a seed. But it must be watered every day.
You were right, Mama. Planning doesn't grow anything. Work does.
And not just any work. Steady work.
Tunde sat at his table and opened his old notebook. He turned to the first page, the one filled with his old plans, and wrote in big, bold letters, "Consistency turns confusion into clarity, and small steps into big dreams." He looked out the window at the moon shining over his green fields and whispered, "If you can't start big, start small. Just don't stop." 2 years later, Tunde's farm had grown into a cooperative employing 12 young people. He was invited to speak at universities, teaching students about agribusiness and discipline. People clapped for him wherever he went, but he never forgot his early struggles. At one event, someone asked him,
Tunde, what's your secret?
I failed many times, but every morning I tried again. That's all. Success is not about doing it once. It's about doing it again and again until it grows. It's great to finally meet you in person. Absolutely. Cheers to that. Cheers.
Listen, everyone, in a world full of distractions, consistency is the rarest courage. Many people start, few stay. But those who water their dreams drop by drop will one day harvest what others only imagined. So when your mind says, tomorrow, whisper back, today, because the seed of consistency you plant today will grow into the forest of your success. Procrastination delays your destiny. Persistence delivers it.